liquid investments. Certainly that is something that we can all get on board with on a Friday ahead of a long weekend. Peter Kaufman is one of America's top distressed investment bankers with the Gordian Group, but he's also co-founder and managing partner of Bacchus Capital Management. That is a private equity firm that invests in wineries. One of the other co-founders, Sam Bronfman, fairly well-known guy from the Seagrams family. Peter, normally we have you on to talk about distressed markets, corporations in trouble, restructuring. Now you're here to talk about investing in wineries. How did this come about?
Because I wanted to have a happy Labor Day Friday afternoon to have something fun to talk about. We worked with Sam Bronfman years ago trying to buy wineries. We were grossly overbid by strategics who were paying ebullient multiples.
Other wining, like Mondavi's of the world, buying other wineries.
Correct, Constellation Diageo. And we decided that there would be a market potentially out in the wine world for second lien loans, mezzanine loans. Mm-hmm. So we formed Bacchus Capital, raised money, and that's morphed into controlled private equity investments. And so we did 3 mezzanine loans, and we now have 6 controlled private equity investments in wineries. Here are 3 of them, which we'll get to in a second. Or we'll get to them now.
Yeah, get to them right now. Yeah.
You know, so it's normally, okay, so your funds right now are closed to our viewers who may be calling you up after the show.
Correct.
But there might be new funds in the future. How does it work? What kind of returns on equity do we tend to get from a winery? How much leverage and pull do you guys have with the vineyard owners who are a specific bunch? Let's put it that way.
Wineries get a bad rap in popular culture because of the folks who invest just as a hobby or a prestige thing. 98% of the wineries in this country are family-owned businesses,
right,
and they take them very seriously. A well-run winery should do 20% or more in EBITDA. Higher-end wineries could do 30% or more in EBITDA. Distribution is a very big issue, and we can talk about that. Direct-to-consumer versus the traditional 3-tier investment distribution process.
Mm-hmm. But I like being a wine consumer, but I also would like to be a wine investor. How do I do it? How do I invest in either wineries, a share of a winery, in wine itself? What's the very best way for me, the average Joe, average man, to get in on wine?
Well, our next fund, we'll give you a call.
Okay.
There are a couple public companies that are pure wine plays. Willamette Valley Vineyards, the Crimson Group, which is spun out of Leucadia, Truett Hurst. It's difficult for an individual to have a share in a winery. Mm-hmm. And most people don't want to be a minority owner in a privately owned family business. Our goal here was to partner with really premier, iconic winemakers. And I brought 3 of them here to show you today. Dobbs Family Estate, Joe mm-hmm. Dobbs, one of the biggest producers in Oregon and makes the best Pinot Noirs in Oregon. Yeah. Sabraja Family Vineyards, Ed Sabraja was the chief winemaker at Beringer and the only guy who's got the Wine Spectator's best red and white brands. Mm-hmm. And this one that we've cracked open for you.
The one you poured for us, yes, very quickly. What do we got?
DeLille Cellars out of Washington State. They just were nominated by the Wine Enthusiast as Best Winery of the Year. Bottoms up.
Bottoms up. We have to leave it on that.
You're supposed to say that with fine wine, bottoms up?
No. Cheers.
Salud. L'chaim.
Here's to you and here's to me, and should we ever disagree, here's to me.
There you go. Thank you so much, Peter. Interesting stuff. I'm sure some of our viewers like to check it out. Time for our standout stocks of the week. I'm going to go very
slowly so I can sip.
I'm going to go very quickly because we don't have much time, Brian. Staples up nearly 7% this week. Back to school week, folks. I'm going to Staples. You're probably going to go to Staples. Problem is, it's still struggling year to date, down 26%. You know, it's trying to promote itself as being so much more than just office supplies, but it's tough out there and it's closing 140 stores this year.
Nice pick. Mine is Avago Technologies, AVGO. Get this. Second best performer in the S&P this week, second best performer in the S&P this month, 7th best performer in the S&P this year. It is an iPhone 6 play. And by the way, Peter, just quickly, a viewer tweets in, try the Sabragia. My cellar is full of it. And if you get to Sonoma, the grounds are fabulous.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Peter. Have a great weekend, buddy.
Thanks, you too.
And coming up, the motorcycle that runs on bacon grease.
And I'm saying